so funny.
Welcome to another virtual book circle. I'm Deborah Koppel-Mitchell, one of the founders of the Conscious Meme Network.
And I'm Christy Ravelis, also founder of the Conscious Meme Network.
And I'm Nancy Ferris.
And Nancy is one of the first founding partners of the Conscious Meme Network. And we're here for another virtual book circle so that we can share with you some of our thoughts on chapter 1 of Richard Brodie's Virus of the Mind.
We hope you're joining us as well because this is an exciting process and a learning journey for all three of us. So welcome to our virtual book circle chapter 1. And we're just going to start with a quick review of what is a meme. Now, many of you may have seen some of our previous videos where we go into some pretty detailed explanation of what a meme is. So we're not going to get into that right today, right? We're just going to talk about the basics. So I'm going to read from the book.
We like that.
All right.
Richard defines it really well.
Okay, and I lost my page.
By the way, the full title of this book, if you didn't already know, is Virus of the Mind, the New Science of the Meme.
Thank you, Deb.
Yes.
I found the definition.
Good.
All right. A meme is a unit of information in a mind whose existence influences events such that more copies of itself get created in other minds. So it's more than just an idea that somebody has. It's something that influences our action and it spreads.
Yes.
It replicates it kind of, yeah.
And it influences a whole society and the whole world. So one of the reasons we're so excited about bringing more awareness to the meme and Virus of the Minds is so that we can have a lot more control and awareness around what we're putting out there in our own lives and how we're affecting the world.
Yes.
Love it. Very well said.
Thank you.
So I want to bring up a really cool idea that just kind of jumped up at me as I was reading chapter 1, and I'd love to just have a little dialogue about it and hear what your thoughts are.
Okay.
One of the ideas is that we have such a tendency as humans to put things in the box of black or white, good or bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Brodie is really clear that a good meme doesn't necessarily mean it's a good idea. And that just really struck me like, wow, okay, so what does that mean? So he says here, if I talk about a good meme or a successful meme, I'm talking about an idea or a belief that spreads easily throughout the population, not necessarily what we call a good idea. It's just a good meme, meaning that it can replicate and people pick up on it really easily.
Okay.
So that set me to thinking, okay, so what is an example of that?
Yes.
And a really horrifying example, of course, is Hitler's propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it spread like wildfire, right?
Right,
Yes.
right.
It wasn't a good idea, but it was a very good meme.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So there's something about that just makes me really look at memes in a different kind of way. I'm curious about what comes up for you two around that idea.
I think for me, when you just said that, now what's coming up is that it's kind of like this thing about the purpose of the whole, why we're studying this book in the first place, or why we're bringing this to people's attention, and even just like looking at memes. Because it's like if a meme is spreading really rapidly, like Hitler's, like what you're talking about, what happened there, then it's really important to identify that as something that something outside of us is controlling us, so that we can empower ourselves, so that we can kind of look at, is this really the idea that I want to control my life? Is this really the idea? So it's kind of like it's the whole good bad thing, the meme itself, that it's a very powerful meme, but it's not a powerful idea. It's not a good idea. It's not one that empowers us.
Right, and that's where I really love the whole idea, once again, of bringing more awareness to memes and bringing more awareness to, as we move through our lives, figuring out, what is running us. Wait a minute, is this really my truth, or is this what society is telling me? Or, I remember when I was growing up, because of prejudice, I was afraid to shake a Black person's hand when I was a little girl, just because of that was society's thing. They had separate, they were separated. There was a separation. And so I really loved knowing that as I grew up, I started realizing, hey, wait a minute, and same with religion. A lot of the religious ideas, it was like, wait a minute, they're saying this like it's truth, and yet this doesn't feel right to me.
Yeah.
And so if we can kind of learn, wow, is this a meme, or is this really how I feel?
I loved, Deb, how you brought up the kind of distinction between, is this my truth? And when you said that, it was like, wow, that just really brings it all home for me. It's looking at not so much, is this just an idea that I heard someplace, but is this true for me?
Right.
It's like, wow, what a powerful question.
Right. And we'd really like to invite the people out there to, start bringing your own awareness to, wait a minute, is this really real, or is this something that the culture or society or politics or whatever are trying to push me in this area? I'm kind of a rebel at heart. I grew up in the 60s, and I know that you did too, Nancy. And you were a child in the 60s. She was a baby. But one of the things I loved as I was growing up was that feeling of the rebel, of the questioning, and that brought about the awareness of wait a minute, is this true for me, or is this just what the society's telling me?
So there's a reason.
Establishment. Remember, that was the big
reason
word.
I'm a cultural rebel, is what you're kind of suggesting there, right?
You're a product of the era, of the times. Yeah,
yeah.
So what I'm really taking away from this as a powerful message for me, and as we continue to define what being consciously aware about, having conscious awareness about memes, what I take away is that just because an idea spreads quickly, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a good idea. It's just, for whatever reason, it's pushing people's buttons in a way that appeals probably on a subconscious level. And I'm looking forward to delving more into the book, because I know that Brodie is going to get into the different kinds of memes and why we are so attracted to memes that are not good for us.
I can't wait for that part.
On every level and every area of our lives, which I really, really resonate with.
Yeah.
That's great. And then there was another piece that when you were sharing about that, whether a meme is good or bad, that's where one of the things that I love about our conscious meme movement is that what we're really wanting to bring out is staying away from labeling things as good or bad, and more looking at, is this adding to a higher vibration on the planet, or is this bringing us down?
Or is it adding value to my life? Or
Yes.
Okay.
What is the purpose?
And I would just like to invite people too, as you're hearing the conversation, become a part of it on the blog, and feel free. I mean, we'd love to welcome your comments. And any thoughts or ideas that you have about just the idea of memes, and good memes, bad memes, and how that translates for you into good ideas and bad ideas, and can you think of some that you'd like to share with us? And feel free to make a note on the blog.
Yes, and we'd love to also hear how just having more awareness about the subject of memes has maybe improved the quality of your lives.
So join us on the virtual book blog.
Yes, so can you tell them where to go on the virtual to find us there? If you're not already here.
www.virtualbookblog/
Virtual Book Circle, I think it is.
Virtual Book Circle, sorry. Virtual Book Circle / Virus of the Mind.
So say that one more time.
www.virtualbookcircle / Virus of the Mind. And we would love to have people join in the conversation. So see you in our next video, where we're going to be pulling out another juicy tidbit and concept from chapter 1. See you then.
Bye. See you then.
See you again.
Bye.